Hello, hello. I have another deck for you. This one is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, a deck of vintage horror by Sarah Christensen Fu. It is from the Bookshop Limited Publishing. It was printed in China. I did get this at the Barnes & Noble, and it was only $12. Seriously, it was only $12 at Barnes & Noble. Do You Dare to Dream? Edgar Allan Poe Tarot is for those who, like Poe, dream even when they're awake, see beauty in darkness, and are unafraid to face the shadows of everyday life. This evocative deck follows There it is. This evocative deck follows the pattern of traditional tarot rendered through the lens of Poe's eerie characters and works. 78-card tarot deck illustrated with lush original art that taps into the symbolism of Poe's macabre stories and poems. Full color 152-page book that it details the meaning of each card and gives simple instruction for different types of readings. Plus explores tarot's mysterious history as well as Poe's tragic life. Now, the reason why I picked this deck up, I'm not much really into horror. Horror films are disturbing for me and my mindset only because I know that it's somebody's mind that created the horror film, right? To know that that kind of darkness and depth can be created in one's mind is frightening for me. I tend to stay on the path of, 4-leaf clovers, kitties, and unicorns. So it's quite a stretch for me as far as the horror and dark side of things, even though I know that we all have our darks and our light sides that we have to work through and balance. Just saying, we have all of those things within us, and it's important to respect both sides of those things and nurture that side that you want to grow, right? We all have that choice who we want to be. I did reach out for this tarot deck at Barnes & Noble because of Halloween being right around the corner. I thought, ooh, how cute is that for the holiday, right? I do have other tarot decks on here that are in the spirited realm of things, and those are on a playlist for you if you want to look into some cute decks that you may want to use for the Halloween holiday. By all means, take a look at that playlist and see if there's anything there that piques your interest. So let's go ahead and look at I almost called it a catalog, the book, the guidebook here. So it has a full color photo of the card, and then it gives you the meaning there, and then the reversed meaning as well. Interesting that we opened it up to the Strength card, which is known to be the Leo card also, which I am, which is something I am happy of, the sign that I was born under. All the good and the bad parts of it, of course, as far as being misunderstood and people's projections and the being accused of thinking that I am some sort of royalty or deserve to be treated better than others, and that's so not the case. If my level of self-respect or the way that I want to be treated by others is an indication that my marker is way too high, it's really disturbing for me. Pun intended on this deck, considering I don't ask for much except for to be treated how I would want to be treated and how I treat others, which is with ultimate respect, respecting their boundaries, respecting their choices, allowing people to make those choices, allowing people to be who they want to be, and forgiving self and others in the process of all that. Who am I to say otherwise who people should be? Who am I to judge anyone who's on their path and their journey? That's not who I am. It's not where I would like anyone else to be, because when we have judgment of others, it kind of just puts our own spirit down, right? So one must have strength in being the person that we were designed to be, and just holding and staying true to your own ethics on that. So with that said, should we get into the cards? Dun, dun, dun. Artwork, I have to say, is really pretty. It does look totally vintage, as the book said. There is no foiling on the side. I thought I would take a peek at that. And my little drape is coming down. Okay, so we've got the Fool here. I think I'm going to do that. And then move that over there and call it a day. Back of the card, we've got, looks like the Black Widow, I guess, if they're going to use that little skull guy there for the spider. The Magician, funny, I thought that said one of our old presidential people. Clearly that's not the case. Thump, thump, thump. It's all about timing and your heart, I suppose. Sometimes people think with they're in their ego space that they do have control over the things that are going on in one's life or the lives of other people. So they try to manipulate things to their own heart's desires. But do they not know that in time that everything you do comes back to you? Hello? You get what you put out, right? That's what I keep hearing. All right, the High Priestess. There she is in all her glory. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. I'm not sure why I'm feeling to say this at this point. Maybe because of the kind of deck that it is, and it is based on horror, that it's important that you put your intentions into your decks of what you want out of your deck. Clearly, if you're someone who is of a light worker and you want to use this deck, considering that it's a little bit on the darker side of things, you can assign it that mission. I want to see what's under my shadow side. I want to see what's on my subconscious and that I'm missing. Please show me, that part of. Protect yourself from all and any kind of interactions that you may have. Biblically, that it is mentioned and forewarned that it is not of good practice to be dabbling in these kinds of things, and that's basically for your own protection. I don't think that it has to do with being able to be a prophet, because everybody who's in the Bible was a prophet, right? And all of them heard messages from God. It's important that you know who your messages are coming from. There's times that you can have messages coming in from spirit that are showing themselves to be a spirit of light when actually they are not, and there are trickster energies there. So it's important to know what your messages are. It's important to know what it is that you want to put out there. It's important to know all of these things before you get involved in any activity, the pros and cons and things like that. It's good to do your research on things and always keep yourself protected. Don't ever just jump into something haphazardly, because you just don't know what you're getting into, right? Do your research on anything and everything that comes into your path, okay? All right, Justice. There you'll find the balance. Once you do your research, whatever resonates with you and sits right with you, not in an egotistical kind of way, but in the general rule of thumb that the truth is the truth. There is no way to avoid the truth. It is what it is. Facts are facts, right? You can't disguise the facts. People do try. Oh boy, do people try. But it is up to us to hold true to our own integrity and live in truth and stick to the facts, regardless of what kind of emotion is clouded by those facts. They always say that there is 3 sides to every story, one person's side, the other person's side, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. If you are someone who already is aware of that situation, it's really simple to try to get into the facts of the matter and focus on those. It takes training, it takes time, it takes patience, but the facts will always be the facts regardless of the emotions that stand behind them. I know I just digressed from the cards, and I've been doing that generally the last, I'd say 8 decks now. But it is who I am, and I guess if it doesn't sit right with you and it's just a waste of time for you, by all means fast forward the tape, that's fine. Or you can not be here. I'm doing this because I love the decks. I think they're so cool how we can have so many different images to represent different meanings. And it's true for all of us. Our own perspective is what kind of illuminates our world for ourselves. So if we're not getting the results that we're wanting, maybe we need to check on our way of thinking and the way that we see things. Check in with yourself. Are you projecting on others? I mean, it happens. You don't have to beat yourself up over it, but by all means, check in with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you less of a person. If anything, it makes you more of a person, I'd say. Justice. The Hanged Man. Meow. That's cute. Not that I like cats being stuck up, hanging upside down in trees, but you know they do have 9 lives. And I have a feeling he'll get out of that just fine. Death. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. Oh, and on the note, if you don't want to hear it, put your volume down. That's all right. I don't mind. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Very simple, but very, very cool. Judgment. The World. Ace. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My apologies on my pup snoring in the background. 10. Page. Knight. Queen. King. Ace. 2. These look like they're going to be the 3 of crows. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Page. The Knight. The Queen. The King. We've got the Ace of Hearts, it looks like. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Page, the Knight, Queen, King. Sorry, his snoring is cracking me up. We've got the Ace. Is this gonna be the Cups? No, it looks like coffins. That's like an ace. That's a tomb. Gotcha. 2 of coffin. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. All right. I hope that was of use for you. Thanks for listening to me just talk, talk, talk. And if you are viewing this before the Halloween holiday, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. And all the other holidays that are on the way. Take care and have a great day.